Anime fans, Hunter x Hunter fans, what's good? The answer to that question, of course, is Hunter x Hunter. Hunter x Hunter is what's good. So, when Gon regains his Nen, it's most likely going to affect him. But how will it?
I can do it on my own, but sometimes it gets cold like...
So as we know, Gon Freaks lost his Nen after completely destroying Neferpito in their one-on-one fight by pushing his body and his Nen many years into the future of what it would be. From what Killua said, 10 years of just constant training. Upon doing this, he lost the ability to manipulate aura. This is an important distinction to make. He did not lose his Nen, he lost the ability to manipulate it. Basically, what I'm saying is he still has his aura, he just can't use it, at least according to his father, Jing. When he regains his Nen, though, I don't think he'll be an enhancer.
Say what?
I know, it seems a bit whack, but remember, when Wing was teaching Killua and Gon how to use Nen, he was explaining all these things to them, but then he said it is rare, but it's possible for a person to change Nen types later in life. And I think that pushing your Nen to the limits and becoming an adult and destroying a mutant cat ant is pretty rare. And when Gon regains his Nen, I don't think he's going to be an enhancer anymore. I think he'll either be a transmuter or an emitter. Here's the thing. When Gon used his Jajanken techniques, the one he used the most was Janken-ku, the enhancer technique. But remember, he also had Janken-shi, the transmuter technique, and Janken-pa, the emitter technique. Of course, he is less proficient in these techniques because they are not in his categories, but he could still use them. Well, in Janken-shi, he could use it much better than Janken-pa. The paper, the pa, he could barely use at all. It didn't do anything, even if he could emit it. So I believe the reason, or one of the reasons Gon lost his Nen is because when he comes back, he's not going to be an enhancer anymore. I personally think he will be an emitter, because Killua is already a transmuter, so I think it would kind of be weird if both of them were transmuters. I think Gon's going to come back as an emitter. He will still have the Janken technique, but his main one will actually be Janken-pa, the paper, instead of Janken-ku. He'll still be able to use Janken-ku, but as I said, I think his main thing will be the Janken-pa, and he'll be an emitter. Because of the rare circumstances that made him lose his Nen, I think when he regains his Nen, he'll be an emitter, or at least a transmuter, just not an enhancer. And I don't think he'll be a transmuter because Killua and Hisoka and a lot of the other characters are already transmuters. So I think it's more likely he'll be an emitter. Of course, he could be any of the other categories, but I think emitter is just the most likely one. I don't think he'd be a conjurer or manipulator or specialist, even though he could be. I think that the Janken-pa, the fact that it did nothing and he couldn't use it at all, was foreshadowed that he would later on be an emitter after he regains his Nen, because he can even use Janken-shi pretty efficiently. So I don't think that's another reason he wouldn't be a transmuter when he comes back, in my opinion. So yeah, thanks for watching. If you enjoy my content, and only if you enjoy my content, like this video, share this video, subscribe to this channel, and turn on notifications for more Hunter x Hunter and anime content. I will see you in the next video.